becomes crucial for emotional freedom because social media will only become more integrated into daily life. Your ability to navigate online social dynamics without constant anxiety determines whether technology enhances or undermines your emotional well-being. The platforms profit from keeping you anxious about social judgment because anxious users check their apps more frequently and engage more intensively with content. But what if technology could work in your favor instead of against your emotional stability? Recent developments in artificial intelligence are revealing unexpected possibilities for emotional regulation that most people haven't considered. AI-assisted self-talk revolution. Your smartphone can now analyze your voice patterns and identify emotional triggers before you consciously recognize them yourself. Researchers made a surprising discovery in 2025 about artificial intelligence and emotional regulation. AI tools can actually enhance traditional third-person self-talk techniques when used correctly. This isn't about replacing human emotional intelligence with technology. It's about using AI to amplify your natural ability to observe and adjust your own thought patterns. The key finding is that technology can help you see your emotional responses more clearly, not think for you. Voice-to-text technology provides a powerful way to externalize your internal dialogue and gain objective perspective on your thought patterns. When you speak your thoughts out loud and see them converted to text, something interesting happens. Your brain processes written words differently than spoken thoughts. The same negative self-talk that feels overwhelming in your head becomes more manageable when you see it written on a screen. You can examine your thoughts like data rather than experiencing them as emotional attacks. This externalization process works because it creates distance between you and your thoughts. Instead of being caught inside a spiral of negative thinking, you can observe your thought patterns from outside. You might notice that you use the same catastrophic phrases repeatedly. You might see that your self-criticism follows predictable patterns. This awareness gives you power to interrupt those patterns instead of being controlled by them. The concern about AI dependency is valid and needs addressing. These tools work best when they accelerate emotional self-awareness rather than replace your own thinking. The goal is developing better emotional regulation skills, not becoming dependent on technology for emotional stability. AI should function like training wheels on a bicycle. It provides support while you develop balance, but eventually you ride independently. Digital self-coaching represents this balanced approach, where technology amplifies rather than replaces human emotional intelligence. AI can process your journal entries and identify emotional patterns that you might miss. It can analyze your voice memos for self-talk awareness, detecting when your tone becomes self-critical or when you use language that indicates emotional distress. The technology provides insights, but you make the decisions about how to respond to those insights. Specific methods for AI-enhanced emotional regulation are becoming more sophisticated. AI can scan your journal entries and highlight recurring themes in your emotional responses. If you consistently write about feeling overwhelmed at work, the system can identify this pattern and suggest specific interventions. Voice memo analysis works similarly. AI can detect changes in your speech patterns that indicate stress, frustration, or sadness, often before you consciously recognize these emotions yourself. Personalized reframing suggestions represent another promising application. Based on your writing patterns and emotional triggers, AI can suggest alternative perspectives that match your communication style and values. Instead of generic positive affirmations, you receive reframing suggestions that sound like something you would actually think. This personalization makes the suggestions more believable and effective. Maintaining human agency while leveraging AI insights requires careful boundaries. You need to remain the decision maker about your emotional responses and coping strategies. AI provides information and suggestions, but you choose which insights to accept and which to ignore. The technology should enhance your self-awareness without replacing your judgment. Think of AI as a very sophisticated mirror that helps you see patterns you might otherwise miss. Real-time emotional situations provide the most compelling applications of AI-enhanced self-talk. Imagine you're in a tense meeting and feeling defensive. You could quickly record a voice memo describing your emotional state. AI analysis might identify that you're using catastrophic language about the meeting's outcome. This awareness helps you recognize your emotional escalation and apply regulation techniques before the situation worsens. Another example involves relationship conflicts. After an argument with your partner, you might feel confused about your emotional reactions. AI could analyze your voice recording and identify specific emotional patterns, like when your frustration shifted to hurt feelings or when your language became more defensive. This analysis helps you understand the emotional progression so you can address the underlying issues more effectively. Work stress provides another practical application. You could end each workday by speaking your thoughts into a voice memo app. AI analysis might reveal patterns in your stress responses, identifying specific triggers that consistently affect your emotional state. Maybe you always feel overwhelmed after client calls on Fridays, or you become irritable when you receive emails late in the day. Recognizing these patterns allows you to prepare differently for high-stress situations. The research findings are compelling. People combining traditional emotional regulation techniques with AI assistance show faster improvement in emotional regulation skills compared to those using traditional methods alone. This acceleration comes from the enhanced self-awareness that AI provides. When you can clearly see your emotional patterns, you can interrupt them more quickly and effectively. The improvement isn't just about speed. AI assistance also helps people develop more personalized emotional regulation strategies. Instead of applying generic techniques, you learn which specific approaches work best for your unique emotional patterns and triggers. This customization makes your emotional regulation toolkit more effective and sustainable.